Albert Reed from A-Reed Productions, Houston, Texas. Fifth Ward in the house. Hey y'all, I said Fifth Ward in the house. And when I'm on the net, I'm kicking it with J-Raw, my big homie, and the Hype Show.
What's going on, ladies? It's your boy AM, and I'm chilling with my dude J-Rob. Only on the Hype Show.
Yo, this is your boy J-Rob from the Hype Show. Check me out on BDD ENT Internet Radio. Peace.
SM3 Media CEO Roderick Horton, and when I'm surfing the internet, I'm listening to the Hype Show on BDD ENT Internet Radio.
We've got to stand strong and determined, and we've got to have a made-up mind that no matter what comes against us in life, we are going all out with God, and nothing is going to shake our faith and cause us to give up. See, the people that experience God's best are the people that have a never say die attitude. Anybody can quit. Anybody can give up. That's the easy way out. But God's looking for people that have a backbone made of steel. The Bible says God is a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. God is looking for people that are extremely determined. People that have a made-up mind. People that have their face set like a flint. The scripture says here, 1 Corinthians 15:58, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Notice that word always indicates that perseverance should become a habit. But we must realize, just as standing strong and persevering can be a habit, so can quitting and giving up. And unfortunately today, many people have developed this negative habit of quitting. It's just part of their character. When times get tough, rather than fighting the good fight of faith, they just take the easy way out and quit. But friends, God has not given us the Holy Spirit so we could become quitters. Philippians 4:13 says, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Who hasn't ever failed? Be persistent. God never promised us that our dreams were going to come to pass on the very first time. Abraham Lincoln went through 11 political defeats, a nervous breakdown, the loss of 2 of his children, and a severe depression, all before he was elected President of the United States. See, he was determined. He had that never say die attitude. It's reported that Thomas Edison failed 32,000 times before he finally invented the phonograph. Can you imagine how tempted he must have been to give up after try number 1,000 or try number 10,000? What if on try number 31,999 he would have said, forget it, this thing's not going to work, I'm giving up? No, he would have missed out on God's best. And how many times do we allow the enemy to deceive us into giving up right before our dreams come to pass?
Don't see what you see, no. Pointing out everything that society say about me. My skin's too light and my nose is riding, my body's too wide, and I don't understand why people judging me before they get to know me. Read Romans 2 and 3 and God said to thee that shouldn't pass judgment on me. So I'm not gonna let it bring me down no more, 'cause I am so beautiful, beautiful. Now I know I am. I'm a child of God. Nothing you can do, nothing you can say to change the fact that I am beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. God created me in His own image, yeah. So painful words don't make my beauty diminish. So my skin is right, yeah. My nose is right, yeah. My body's fine, yeah. I don't care to know why people judge me. Hebrews 3:13, and God said to me to encourage thee daily. I finally see, so I'm not gonna let it bring me down no more, 'cause I am so beautiful, beautiful. Now I know I am. I'm a child of God. Nothing you can do, nothing you can say to change the fact that I am beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I know I am. God created me. Nothing you can do, nothing you can say to change the fact that I am beautiful. Look at me, I'm smiling again. Look at me, I'm worshiping. Look at me, I'm praying again. I'm beautiful. Look at me, I'm singing again. Look at me, I'm dancing again. Look at me, I can finally say I'm beautiful. Look at me, I got confidence. Look at me, my self-esteem. Look at me, no more worrying. I'm beautiful. Look at me, I'm believing again. Look at me, no more crying. Because I am so beautiful. Nothing you can do, nothing you can say to change the fact that I am beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I know I am. I'm a child of God. Nothing you can do, nothing you can say to change the fact that I am beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I know I am. God created me. Nothing you can do, nothing you can say to change the fact that I am beautiful. Always remember that. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Mama, there go that man again. Yeah, man. Yeah, this your boy, Big Man, tuning in from Mobile, Alabama, and you listening to The Hype Show, baby, with your boy, J. Rob. When I want some hot sauce on my chicken, baby, I listen to that Hype Show.
What's going on, everybody? I need you to do me a favor. I need you to get your chips, your popcorn, and your drink of choice. Get settled in. Because guess what? Guess what? It's time for the Hype Show. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? You were checking out the Hype Show. Let me say it again. You were checking out the Hype Show. You know what I'm about to say. We have a great show in store for you this evening. This evening, we'll be sitting down with gospel artist, motivational speaker, two-time Dove nominee, BET nominee, Mrs.Kebra Moore. We're going to ask her what's going on in her music career, what's going on with her motivational speaking, and what's going on. And the most important thing, she is a child of God. So what I need you guys to do is put your hands together and give her a big round of applause. Miss Kebra, how are you?
What's up, people? I am awesome. I'm awesome to be here. I'm just great. Everything is good on my end.
Everything is good, huh? You like that? Do I get money for that intro? Did I bring you in all right? Was that good?
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire.
I was about to pass out because that's a lot of stuff right there. But I always start out my interview by asking you to please tell my listeners in your own words who you really are.
I am Kebra, as you said, motivational speaker, gospel artist. I'm just a regular old girl from Beaufort, South Carolina, just trying to make it in this cold world. That's all.
Oh, that's all, huh? That's all. It's a lot.
That's all.
Okay, let's get into what led you to motivational speaking.
Well, what led me to motivational speaking was my testimony, for one. I don't know if you want me to get into that now, but I get into a little bit of it. It was pretty much me sharing my testimony of my car accident, then led to me talking to other people that have the same type of issue that I have, and it pretty much just led me into how I became a motivational speaker based on my testimony.
All right, now, since we went that way, let's go into that. Could you please give your testimony to my listeners? It's your story, it touched me and it moved me, and I wanted to share it with my listeners. So could you please expound on your testimony, please?
Well, in 1999, my fiance at the time, now my husband, and my son we were all in a vehicle driving on Christmas Eve from New Orleans, Louisiana to Camden, Arkansas, and we were involved in a motor vehicle accident, which I was the only one that got hurt, and I became paralyzed from the waist down. And what that means is that I lost all ability to walk, to feel at that particular moment. Had surgery in January 2000, and to repair a lot of my nerve damage and motor damage. And as the years progress, I'm now able to feel everything from the waist down. I can stand and walk a little bit, with braces, but I still use my wheelchair for my everyday living. But I'm very active. I don't a lot of disability to stop me from doing what I need to do as far as to keep going on in life.
Great. Now, also, I seen something where you said the devil messed up badly. He should have killed me. Should have killed me. What do you mean by that?
Well, that meant the only thing you did, devil, was gave me another chance to defeat you. If it was meant for me to die, I would have been dead, but that's not what God's plan was. Only thing it did was gave me a different outlook of what my life is going to be, and I don't know what my life would have been today if I was walking. I know that I'm going to walk, but pretty much it just changed my whole aspect of what my life is, and pretty much I became an inspiration to other people. I motivate other people. People listen to my story, and they tell me how my story changed their life. So what the devil tried to stop, it pretty much didn't happen. And so that's how he messed up.
Oh, outstanding. Now, your slogan is ability, not disability, right?
Yes.
Now, expound on that a little bit.
Well, what it means about ability and not disability, you can't look at, and I'm just using me an example. You see a young woman in a wheelchair, and sometimes with people being ignorant, not say ignorant as far as just stupid, ignorant as far as not knowing, they automatically, assume things about you and, without asking, and I feel like you know what I'm able to do. You don't know that I'm a mother of two, that I'm married. I'm married to my college sweetheart. I got 2 kids. I have a college degree. I travel all over the world. You don't see that about me. Only thing you see is a woman in a wheelchair. So you don't know my ability. So that's why I say ability and not disability. And that's why I put DI in small case and ability in capitalized.
I'm loving that. Okay, now let's. What got you in this lovely voice? What got you into singing?
Well, my mom is a singer. She was out there at one point in her younger days. But on my father's side of the family, a lot of my cousins are into music. One of my cousins, he travels with Music Soul Child. Another one of my cousins, she acts and she sings, and I sing, and I play the piano a little bit. And that's just been always on that side on my father's side of the family. And I've just loved to sing when I was a little girl. I used to write songs when I was in middle school and high school, and of course, went to college, majored in music, did jazz studies, did opera, did I mingled to a bunch of different genres, and so music has always been a part of my life.
Okay, so the ivory on there, who was twinkling the ivory? Was that you on your song "Beautiful"?
What do you mean?
Who was playing the piano? You got to know this jazz, this lingo, woman. What is wrong?
I said I studied a little bit. I mingled a little bit, but no. The track was actually produced by this company called Globetrotters out in Philadelphia.
That's where I'm from.
And
okay.
So they sent me the track, and I pretty much just wrote to it.
Okay.
And went to the studio, did all my background vocals. I pretty much produced the song on my own. I arranged the song of how I wanted to be sung, what I wanted to do. I did all my background vocals. This one was one that I did on my own.
And how did the song "Beautiful" come about?
True story. Beautiful came about, as I was saying earlier, about, the ability, when you asked me what the slogan means.
Uh-huh.
Well, I used to have situations where people would ask me, are you new with your life? Were you born that way? Or, wow, you're married? Oh, my God, that's such a blessing. Like, people with disabilities can't have marriages or they can't have a normal life. And, I mean, they was asking me, so many questions that you wouldn't even think about, that people would ask me. Oh, my God, you had a baby? It's like the stupid questions. And so, I'm like, me having a baby had nothing to do with the simple fact that I had a back fracture, and so it was just stupid questions. So instead of me, taking it out on other people of how they was frustrating me, I just took it out in my song, and I wrote "Beautiful." And it's like when I got the track, I actually got like 6, 7 tracks, but this particular track just kept, coming to my spirit. So I remember one day I was driving my car, and I was like, "Beautiful, beautiful," and I was like, okay. So I took out a piece of paper out of my purse, and I'm trying to drive down the street, trying to write these lyrics down. I know, and somebody always told me to always carry around the recorder with you when you come up with stuff.
Right.
So I wrote I wrote the hook of the song, and then I was at home sitting at my desk, and the lyrics just started coming towards me. And I wasn't going to actually write the song about something else. And it was more so of people, letting people know that you're beautiful. God created you. He made you in his own image. And that's pretty much how it came about. It was just me and the things that I went through. And I just, instead of, like I said, taking out everybody, I just put it into a song, and that's how it came out.
Okay. I like that. So you're a very grounded person, and you're very strong in your belief in our Lord and Savior. How did that come about? Was that a family thing, or was it after the accident you became even stronger, child of Christ? How did that come about, your faith?
I've always, grew up in the church, Pentecostal. My mom, I grew up Pentecostal. When I went to college, I kind of fell back. Even though I went to a Methodist college, I kind of fell back, but I knew where my roots were, and I knew how to pray. Because I'm saying my mom, that's how I grew up.
Uh-huh.
But after my car accident, it definitely changed the woman I am. It definitely changed my outlook on life.
Okay.
So me, after my car accident, did give me a more grounded balance in life. It made me more, study my Bible more. It made me start going to church more. After the car accident, my husband and I were living in California. We made sure we was in church more. We was, involved in church. I'm on the praise team, the choir, working with the kids, just
right.
Everything. And I just became, more grounded in my, and then we, in 2007, we both gave our life back to God, and we joined a non-denominational church in California, and then we moved to Mississippi. We joined another church, and, all these moved because we're military. And
right.
Even the church that I am now is a more diverse church because of the area where I live, but it's still the same teaching. It's Bible teaching, and that's pretty much how it is and how it's been for the past over a decade.
That's outstanding. I need you to do me a favor. I know that you're a singer, but have you ever dubbed in broadcasting?
No, and somebody asked me, and I'm like, I don't know about all that. I'm kind of country.
I just heard it, too. I need you to put this is what I need from you. Can you do me a favor, please?
Yes, yes.
I need you to put your broadcasting voice on and introduce this song for me. This artist, that you may know her very well. This is her song.
Yes, yes.
Can you do that for me?
Everybody out there, for your listening pleasure, I would like you to listen to my song, my current single, Free, F-R-E-E, by your girl Kebra, produced by Beats Avenue.
Let's go.
Ooh, yeah. Without you, Lord, where would I be? Without your mercy, what become of me? Suppose you didn't give us grace, and you didn't forgive us for the sins we've made, and you didn't rise on the third day. But Lord, you saved me. Lord, you saved me. Lord, me. You took the pain away. Now I can say I am healed. Now I can say I am free. Without you, Lord, where would I be? The beating you took, Father, you did it for me. By the stripes on your back, I know I am healed. You have given me peace, now my soul has been redeemed. Yeah. You have given me peace, now my soul has been redeemed. But Lord, you saved me. Lord, you saved me. Lord, me. You took the pain away from me, the pain away from me, the pain away from me. Now I can say I am
True stories, what? Miracles, what? True blessings, what? I was riding in my car one day, in the express lane, rolling on the freeway, and suddenly the phone rings. Then I reached down beside me, then I looked on the floor, felt on the back seats. See, I was drinking while I was driving, never thinking about what I was doing. I turned around, and before I knew it, here comes this truck now. The doctor said, I don't think he's gonna make it. Family said, make the funeral arrangements. Unplug the machine, he's gone now. Then told my wife to be strong now. Then a small voice said unto me, if you promise to stop drinking. I surrendered on that day, and now for 10 years I've been straight. You saved me, oh, you saved me. You saved me, oh, you saved me. Thank you, Jesus. Gave me a second chance. Oh no, you saved me. Thank you, Jesus. You saved me. Oh, you saved me. You saved me. Now I've been sitting in this chair, waiting on the phone to ring, praying up to God that someone would call me with a job opening. Cause it's been so hard for me month to month, struggling to eat, but still there was no answer. I stopped believing in his word and got so mad at him. And when somebody say God's good, I just laugh at him. Oh yeah, in the nick of time his blessings rained on me. By his grace the phone ring, a lady says we're hiring, and that's when I knew he saved me. You saved me. Oh, you saved me. Oh no, you saved me. Thank you, saved me. Now I was 18 out there on the block selling drugs, with a gun at my waist, and for people I had no love. See, the streets was my home, and family and friends were gone. Had no one to trust, and deep inside I was all alone. And then a deal went bad one day, and it was enough to pause me. I was shot 4 times, and before I knew it, I was on my knees. Pushing up my body, my heart's beating fast. I don't know what I'ma do, I don't think I'm gonna last. Then I began to flash back on the things I've done in my past. Then there was a small voice that said to me, I'll give you peace if you believe. I accepted Christ that day, hallelujah, now I'm free. You saved me, saved me, saved me. Thank you, thank you. You saved me. Whoa, whoa. You saved me, you saved me. I was in the aisle of the grocery store, with a pain in my chest, and I'm wondering where did it come from. I got tested, and the results came back, and the doctor said, I'm sorry, but you've got cancer. I could not believe it, so I called up my mama to calm my nerves. She got down on her knees, she said a prayer for me, said just keep on thanking Jesus, and he'll give you all you need. And that was 5 years ago. I don't have that pain no more. Doc says you can go home, cause all your cancer songs says you saved me. You saved me. No, no, save me. Cause you saved me. Oh, you saved me. You saved me. You saved me. Second chance, oh no. Hallelujah. Oh, you saved me. You saved me. Oh. it say you. There just ain't one. There just ain't one. There just ain't one. There just ain't one. Although they've said a snare, a trap, I want you to know it won't work. Ooh, no, no, no. There just ain't one. There just ain't one.
Just do it!
It's a new workout every day. It's physical every day. It's the fourth quarter every day. So I gotta get stronger every day.
What is Coca-Cola? Is it an excuse to get together? Since 1886, Coca-Cola has been passing on smiles from generation to generation. We've been giving kids scholarships, like the early birds and the all-nighters. And you get to enjoy what matters most. Coca-Cola. Drink up.
We're back live on the Hype Show. For all of you who are just tuning in, we're listening and speaking with a very inspirational person, Miss Kebra Moore. How are you, lady?
I am back, and I'm great.
That's outstanding. Okay, let's jump right back into it. I was reading some of your stuff, and one of your favorite poems is Invictus. Why is that?
Because it is what it is. It's inspirational, and just the words of it alone is so inspirational, and it just touches, my heart. Because like I've been saying always in this interview, it's just things that I've been through that I can relate to, and it's things that that a lot of times I try not to, wear my feelings on my shoulders or anything like that, and I try to be strong. But as humans, it's only so much that we can take,
right?
And things, and so it's just something it was just a poem that was dear to my heart, and that I related to, and a lot of things that I go through, I put it in my music, and that's pretty much, why that particular poem was so dear to me.
And Luke 1:37, what does that mean to you?
Now, you tell me what Luke 1:37 means.
I'm asking you.
Nah, you got to know. I'm asking you now.
I have no clue. What does it mean? What does it mean to you?
It's just pretty much like before I answer that question, I had another Bible verse in Romans, not conforming to this world. Right. And so it pretty much means the same thing. That you would never fail. You can't. You would. And it's Luke 1:37.
Right. Well, I'm sorry.
That you would never fail. God would. Well, I would put it this way: God would never allow you to fail. And God's word is never fail. God word would never fail. It would never let you. His word would never let you down. Anything that God said that's going to happen is going to happen. And that's why. And it's funny you said that, because I actually was going to change that, and I was going to put in Romans 3 for that particular thing, because it pretty much means the same thing. Not conforming to the world, not letting the world change you. Right. Right. And everything is possible with God. Nothing is possible. Everything is possible with God. Sometimes I know we get content in what we're doing. Sometimes we get frustrated what we're doing. And as a mother, as a wife, sometimes you want things to go a certain way, and it don't. And sometimes we just forget that God never failed us. I mean, I can think about times where things are not going the way that it's supposed to be going, and I get frustrated, or I don't want to read my Bible because I'm mad about something. And then I think about, okay, but has God ever failed me? Has God ever let me down? And I can answer, no, He has not. No, He has not never failed me. He has never let me down. And it's so many different Bible scriptures, that is dear to my heart. That's one of them. Romans is one of them. You know, it's another one in Psalms that's dear to my heart that I actually wrote a song on that I hadn't released yet. That's dear to my heart. And so, that's all I can tell you on that one, brother.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just trying to be as direct as I possibly
You're
can.
supposed to be. You're supposed to be. You just caught me off guard. That's all I can tell you about that one, brother. That's all.
You did.
It's all just
you
like.
did. I had to think about, okay, what Luke 137, not 137. I was like, huh?
I was just.
Kinda caught me off guard.
That's how it was written down. That's how it was written down. You know, that's how it was written down. Now, let's talk about. I see that you're in a sorority. What's that about? What sorority?
Of course, the number one sorority in the world, Delta Sigma Theta, founded in January 13, 1930 on the campus of Howard University.
I had to get that in there. Yes. I had to sneak that in there and make you go ahead and get motivated real quick. Now, I always ask these people. Always ask people that come up and coming entertainers about the business of music. You just off the air. You just told me about some things, but what advice would you give them about the music industry? What should they look out for and stuff like that?
Well, before I tell you what to look out for, always have a contract, is what I'm going to tell you. Always have a contract, whether you family, because business is business. That's the first thing. And the advice that I would give somebody, make sure that you have good people on your team, people that's going to look out for you and have your best interest. Because the worst thing you can do is have somebody on your team that does not have your best interest and does not believe in you. Because if you have somebody that does not believe in you, they're not going to have your best interest. It's going to only be about money to them.
They're not. Yeah.
You know, when you get with people, make sure that before you do anything. And I've learned just because I've became friends with a lot of different people in the industry, a lot of different radio announcers. I usually, before I put anything out, I give it to some reputable people in the industry to be like, hey, can you check this song out? What do you think? Do you think I need to go back in the studio? Do you think I need to wait? Because once you put it out, it's already out there.
Right.
And I've done that a couple of times. They'd be like, hey, it's a go, let's go ahead and release it. And another thing, too, just make sure that, you tag in your music. Make sure you're not just, going in Lil Johnny's studio and thinking you got a hit, and making sure your stuff is on point. And things that I made when I first got into the industry, I look at stuff that I did, 5 years from now or 8 years from now, and I'm like, dang, I could have did this, I could have did that. And it's all about your craft and knowing, like I said earlier, know who's going to believe in you. Make sure you look out for people that's saying they want to manage you, but then they want money to manage you every month. Make sure you're looking out for people that always want to ask for money, but they can't provide for you what they did. Just things that I've learned in the industry, just dealing with different people and learning different things, and just make sure your stuff is on point. But if your family member gonna always tell you it's gonna sound good,
exactly.
But so let somebody else hear it. That's gonna be honest with you. Because the last thing you want to do is put something out that's not good.
I like that. Now, you've been an inspiration to a lot of people. Now, who are some of your inspirations?
Some of my inspirations, for once, is my uncle, Tony. He lives here in Texas. I have different pastors. We were stationed in different places that, they became good friends of the family. They were my inspirations. I have people in the industry that are my inspiration. They pretty much keep it real, and let me know if I've fallen down, or even with things like I have someone that mentored me. She lives in Atlanta. Her name is Kelly Langley. If I post something crazy on Facebook, she would text me, "Hey, Kev, take that down.
Okay.
That's not good as an artist." you know, they slap me on the wrist, you know, and I listen to them because I know they have my best interest at heart.
Keep you grounded, huh? Okay.
Yes, they do. I'm giving y'all a nice version, but it don't be like that sometimes in text messages.
Now, how did...
But at the end of the day, they do what's best for me.
Okay. Now, you are a 2-time Dove Award nominee for Contemporary Gospel and Urban Song of the Year, right?
Yes.
How?
I think it was in 2015. Two of my songs, "Beautiful" and "Get Up," made it to the second round in the Dove category, in those two particular categories. But when it came down to the final, I didn't make the cut. But hey, I made the list. I made the ballot. I made those 2 rounds.
Now, does that make you feel justified for what you're doing as far as the music aspect? I know you're getting out of God's message, but just as far as being an artist, did that give you like justification? Like, yes, I know I belong here.
It did. It gave me, it let me know, I wouldn't say justification, just let me know that I was doing something right.
Okay.
When it came to the business side, you know, because everybody, when they singing for the Lord, you singing for a purpose, you know, but as far as the business side is concerned, it let me know that I was being watched, that, hey, she's doing something, she's making some noise. And so it gave me that type of justification.
Okay, and also nominated for BET's Music Award for Best Gospel Song and Video. What about that? You're a heavy hitter.
Yes. Yes. I remember coming out with this song called Troubles, and it was my first video. And I was so thankful to BET because they had it in rotation, like on every station that BET was playing videos. My song was in rotation. And I made it to the first round as far as videos as well, too. And I was like, when I got that email, I was like, I was popping wheelies in my wheelchair. I was so happy. I was like, wow, God, I see you, God. You listening, Lord. You listening. I see you. I hear you. So it was good. Now,
you've done all of this. You're a motivational speaker. You're an artist. Which one is like closest to your heart? If you had to be a motivational speaker or a singer, God said you had to choose one, which way would you go and why?
Artist.
Artist?
Yeah, my singing. Because as we was talking off the air earlier, I've been singing since I've been a little girl. The motivational speaking part came from after my car accident.
Okay.
And so I was kind of like pushed into it. I was kind of like pushed into it because of the situation that I'm in. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing because I love helping people, of course.
Right.
But the singing part, that's always been a part of me. That's always been in my spirit, in my soul. That's just who I am.
Okay.
It's always been who I am.
All right. Now, I forgot to mention that you were like a model, right? 2013, was it? 2013?
Yeah, in 2013, I was Miss Wheelchair, Mississippi. Yes. I was Miss Wheelchair, Mississippi. I became the first for the state of Mississippi. I was actually asked to participate to get the program running.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I did. I did the paperwork and everything, and went to the pageant. Well, not really a pageant. It was other people from different states that ran for Miss Wheelchair America. I didn't make the cut to be Miss Wheelchair America, but I became Miss Wheelchair Mississippi, where I was a disability advocate for the state, where I pretty much made sure that particular state was, they was taking care of the ADA laws, make sure the city that I was in was doing what they were supposed to be doing as far as like the roads and the streets and just make sure that they were abiding by what the state requires and what the law requires as far as like bathrooms and, it was a lot on my plate because,
right.
Somewhere like Meridian, you got some areas where it's not ADA accessible. But, the mayor and I were, he was pretty nice and everything, and he listened to a lot of things that I had to say. And so I got a lot of stuff done before we left. Even where I lived on base, it wasn't really that accessible. When I moved on bass, it wasn't that accessible. By the time I left bass, trust and believe, that whole bass was accessible.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to play one song and then come back to you. Is that all right?
Okay.
I know this lady named Erica Campbell. Do you ever heard of this woman?
Oh, yeah.
I got a question for you. I love God. What about you?
You love God? I think I know the song a little about you. Yeah, I love God. I love God.
Let's go.
I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you? I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you? I don't think that I could live no other way. Truth be told, I'm living now on an A. Now I done seen them blessings in the modern day. The Lord I serve, He give them to me every day. I'm forgiven, I'm forgiven. See, I done been forgiven, now I'm living. And when I say I love, I mean it. Cause none of this be nothing if He come and I live to show. I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you? I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you?
Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him, I love him. Love him, I love him, I love him. Love him, I love him, love him, love him, love him, I love him.
You ain't got the money moving by yourself. And you know you did it with a lot of air. You know it's only one, it ain't nobody else. You got me talking strong and I ain't rich, I'm talking well. See, I'm forgiving, I'm forgiving. See, I done been forgiven, now I'm living. And when I say I love, I mean it. Cause none of this be nothing if He come and I miss a shot. I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you? I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you?
Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him, I love him. Love him, I love him, I love him. Love him, 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 I love him.
Wanted you to fall. You remember I do. You could have lost it all. You remember I do. No one could throw you off. Oh, we got you covered. Protect us from it all. That's what makes me love Him. I don't need a reason to fall on my knees and tell Him how I feel in my heart and let Him know. You love God. What's wrong with you? I love God. You love God. What's wrong with you?
Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him. Love him, I love him, I love him. Love him, I love him, I love him. Love him, 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 I love him.
We are back live on the Hype Show. What do you know about that song right there? You know anything about that?
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I love God. You love God?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, see, we can make a song there. You know, you got to be a little bit quicker, but we can make a song. See, you think we can make some money off of that right there?
Nah, I'm not trying to get sued or making no money for somebody else's money. Now, we can do another duet.
Okay.
But, you know, it can't be that one.
I got pipes now. You know, brother can sing. You know, I'm just throwing it out there. You know, you need some special, what they call that? Some, what they call it? People to come on. You need a special guest. I can do it. I would do it right. I would.
Look, as long as I have to put no auto-tune on your voice, we should be good.
Oh, man, no. Man, let me tell you, man, if you heard me sing, you'd be like, oh, man, let's sign him right now. But, you know, I got a cold right now. Yeah, I got a cold right now. So, I would drop it for you, but I got a cold, so I don't want to do that, you know. But if it wasn't for that.
We got to get you some diamond tap and go ahead and fix that, then we'll come back.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for that, you'd be like, we got to get this together. I'm just playing. I mean, I'm serious, but I'm just playing. Anywho.
Okay.
Now, you have done it all as far in the world of music. What is left for you? What is left? Are you content with being at the level you're at? Are you trying to make it to the next level where you're sitting in your God rewarded you with the big mansions? What's next for you as far as the music aspect?
I just want to, in the future, start working with other artists, being a mentor to them, and just enjoy, the blessings that God is bringing. But I want to start mentoring other artists.
Okay.
And, putting them on the right track, because the last thing I want to do is see other people steer them the wrong way when they're trying to, doing what I've done and mistakes that I've made. I don't want them to make the same mistakes.
Question. First time that you performed and you brought the house down, what was that feeling like?
Man, I'm talking about popping wheelies, everything. It was, I remember, I had a pretty much a lot of great performances, but one of my best performances, classmen in the school where I went brought me there twice to sing. So one of the performances that I remember was me and Kiera Shears was on the same platform, and that was such a big blessing to me to share the stage with another major artist.
Right.
And I got to give all props to my college that allowed that to happen, and God, of course, that's the first thing. And so that was something major for me.
So that feeling is it besides the birth of your children, has there ever been another feeling like that?
And getting married to my husband.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Now,
okay.
Look, I gotta say that because he just texted me. He's listening, so I gotta say that. I love you.
She love you. Now, what about this? The first time that you heard your song on the radio, how did that make you feel?
It was a good feeling. I can tell you that much. If we had technology the way we have technology now, it probably would have been uploaded to Facebook.
Okay.
So, it was a good. I'm trying to remember. It was so long ago, but I do remember. I was at this store in Winco. In Cali, a store called Winco, and I was with my boys, and the store is like a Costco, like a warehouse store, but you gotta bag your own groceries.
Right.
So this one guy, he saw me, and he was helping me bag my groceries and everything, and I went to the car, and I'm like, look, I don't have no cash. I just paid my debit card. I said, but I can give you a CD, and I hope it blesses you. He was like, okay, thank you. So about a month later, my pastor comes to me and was like, do you remember this guy that helped you inside the store, and you gave him a copy of your CD? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, don't you know that he worked, I forgot the name of the store. It was like it's this major corporation store.
Uh-huh.
And my pastor and the other few of his pastor friends walked inside the Christian bookstore, and they heard my song playing inside the store. And he was like, wait, that's Kebra. So I was like, yeah. He was like, man, he was like, I know that person. He was like, yeah, I met her at the grocery store. She was so humble. She wasn't bragging about herself, and she gave me a copy of a CD. And I was just so blessed because, my husband was like, see, that's how you're supposed to be. You just never know who's listening.
Exactly.
You never know who's watching.
Exactly.
And that was a very humbling moment. I'm thank God that he tested me, and I hope I passed that test.
All right.
Who would have think that my pastor would have walked in the bookstore that this man was working at, and my song would have been playing?
Exactly. All right. Well, we're coming to the conclusion of the show, so I have to ask you, how can my listeners get in touch with you to hear your music and to hear your message? Or do you have social sites that they can follow you on?
Yes, I do. My name is Kebra, Kebra. I'm on all social medias. Kebra for my fan page, Kebra for Facebook. Kebra Moore, the artist, on my Instagram page. Kebra_Moore on my Twitter page. Or you can just Google Kebra. Everything will come up, Kebra. My website is KebraMoore.net. If you just put in Kebra Moore, it'll go straight to my Facebook, not my Facebook, my website. You go on my website, go under my social media link, and all my social media's in there.
Okay, well,
you can like my page. Go to Kebra on Facebook and like my page.
Well, I want to thank you again for allowing me to sit down and interview you. It's been great, and I pray that God continues to bless your life with his favor.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I pray to God to continue to bless your radio show and all of your endeavors that you have in the near future as well.
Thank you very much. And on that note, I want to tell everybody, thank you again for tuning to The Hype Show. I pray God puts his arms around you through this journey that we call night. And do me a favor, kiss your child, because tomorrow's not promised. And on that note, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.
You have been listening to The Hype Show with me, your man, J. Rob. Peace.